Good, happy Saturday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First step, restoration efforts nearing completion. Thousands still without power. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Yes, Gene, the end is in sight. It has been a busy week for Eversource, restoring power to more than 312,000 customers and replacing more than 400 utility poles. They've been working around the clock, and the job is finally almost done. Utility crews are still repairing the widespread destruction from Sunday's storm, in part because of new damage.
Also, the trees are weakened because of that initial impact that we saw on Sunday, so we have sustained additional damage to the system with trees and branches falling onto the lines.
The state estimates damage across New Hampshire is more than $8 million, which meets the threshold to ask for a federal disaster declaration from the president. Governor Sununu expects FEMA teams here next week. While power crews finish up, criminals appear to be trying to take advantage of people posing as utility workers.
We'll take advantage of anything, really, today. I just can't understand it.
Brentwood police are trying to figure out if a break-in on Bartlett Road is connected to reports of two suspicious men.
We did receive numerous phone calls from residents in the area that there was a blue pickup truck coming, and men were going door to door, and they were asking if they had power yet.
In Epping, Eversource says a scammer knocked on someone's door, offering to restore power for money.
We would never ask for payment for restoration, so if someone asks you for payment to restore your power, that's not us.
Generally, Eversource does not knock on doors. You can always give them a call to confirm if it is in fact one of their workers. Reporting live in Manchester, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. ICE tells local restaurant owner to leave United States. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Say it from my heart. Without you, I couldn't face this trouble I have today.
An emotional night as Marshfield rallies around Kong Zin Chin and his family. Kong, who came to the U.S. from China 2 decades ago and runs a popular family restaurant in town, now faces deportation.
Kong, 24 years ago, came to the United States. He hired an attorney in New York back then, an attorney who took his money, took a great deal of his money, and did not follow through with the necessary required paperwork so that he could have a legal status.
That corrupt attorney wound up in jail, but because of him, Kong has spent years petitioning immigration. His wife Ping and children Jason and Grace, even his parents, are all here legally.
And Kong himself is partially documented. He pays taxes, he has a social security number. He just needs an immigration judge to take a second look at his case.
On this night, neighbors are raising funds and collecting signatures.
I want family together.
I'm sad and scared. I'm very scared because if my dad gets deported, my family is like not together again.
Everybody try to do whatever they can, which is make us very, very emotional.
You know, the people that are causing the real problems, the hardcore criminals, you know, I believe don't belong here. He's not one of those people. And if every citizen were like Kong, I wouldn't have a job.
Tonight, some good news. Kong, who had been ordered to leave the country by December 1st, has just been given a 90-day extension. His friends say he has a strong case.
They won the hearts of this community, and they're just incredible, incredible people.
In Marshfield, I'm Mary Salata, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. CMPC 100% focused on getting power back to most by Saturday night. Let's take a look. Four days after a storm brought trees and power lines across Maine, Central Maine Power has restored electric service to more than 330,000 customers. As of 10 a.m. Friday, CMPC reported about 66,000 customers without power. At the height of the outage, Monday, 404,000 customers were without power. CMPC announced a goal earlier this week of getting most customers back online by Saturday night. According to CMPC's website, 90% of its customers pay for power at residences. The remaining 10% is made up of commercial and industrial customers and lighting. Restoration is expected to take a week in some remote areas. More than 3,000 people were working to bring back on Friday. Burns said they are coming from 14 states, New Brunswick, and Quebec. Burns said in addition to the outages from the storm, there have been daily outages added into the mix from car versus pole crashes. 1,000 poles broke in the storm. She estimated as of Friday, crews fixed 600 poles. Company officials wrote on Facebook late Wednesday that they are aware their website may not reflect outage information correctly. Burns said if you are not seeing a restoration time, you can call CMPC directly at 800-696-1000. Federal disaster declaration. State officials are working to apply for federal disaster declaration. Acting Maine Emergency Management Agency Director Peter Rogers said Thursday. The last time a disaster was declared in Maine was in January 2015 blizzard. Rogers said in order to qualify for a declaration, Maine must have more than $1.9 million in damages. Sanders' campaign document reveals fundraising relationship with DNC. And let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
The record with just one plugin. Melda Subscribe to Own gives you access to more than 100 tools instantly. But you won't rent forever. You buy a little each month. Once you pay the full price of the M-Complete bundle, you get the permanent license. Get all our plugins and instruments for only €49 a month. Melda Subscribe to Own. Every plugin you'll ever need.
President Trump is now urging his AG to go after his former rival Hillary Clinton after a new book written by the one-time chair of the Democratic Party. This is the question. Did Clinton cut a deal with the DNC? Tonight, the president says it is proof the primary was rigged. ABC's Mary Bruce with a reality check.
Tonight, the president says the real story the Justice Department should be looking at involves his former rival.
You want to look at Hillary Clinton, and you want to look at the new book that was just put out by Donna Brazile, where she basically bought the DNC and she stole the election from Bernie. So that's what you ought to take a look at.
In her new book, Donna Brazile, the former chair of the DNC, writes of a fundraising deal Clinton's team struck with the DNC to help pay off the party's lingering debt. Brazil writing in exchange for raising money and investing in the DNC, Hillary would control the party's finances, strategy, and all of the money raised, adding she had exerted this control of the party long before she became its nominee. But what did Clinton get from the DNC? Clinton has said the party was broke.
I mean, it was bankrupt. It was on the verge of insolvency. Its data was mediocre to poor, non-existent, wrong.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, who in the end was right by Clinton's side, was asked if this is proof the Democratic primary was rigged.
Yes.
President Trump pounced, calling Warren a name and saying Warren just stated the Democrats rigged the primaries. Let's go, FBI and Justice Department. And now Warren is pushing back at the president, tweeting, "I understand your desperation to change the subject, Donald Trump. Your campaign manager was just indicted for conspiracy against the U.S." And even the author of this new book about the DNC, Donna Brazile, is now accusing the president of changing her words. Tweeting, "Trump says I said DNC rigged the system. First of all, I don't speak in caps. Not what I said."
So let's get to Mary Bruce live at the White House tonight. Mary, bottom line here, is this illegal?
David, while many may call this unethical, this fundraising deal was not illegal. And tonight, Republican Senator Bob Corker says the president's calls for the FBI and Justice Department to investigate this are, quote, totally inappropriate and not only undermine our justice system, but erode the American people's confidence in our institutions. David.
Senator Corker, who's been at odds with the president for some time now. Mary, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.